You have entered the cozy awakening, where your soul finds warmth and your spirit finds clarity. So grab your cup of coffee, a cozy blanket, and settle in for the cozy awakening.
Good morning. Well, cheers. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start off with a cheers.
I love it. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
To you.
Good
Cheers.
morning. And thank you, LunaGoddess, for being a part of the Cozy Awakening today, where we get to talk about you and your beautiful spiritual journey, as messy and crazy and beautiful as it is. So go ahead and take this time and introduce yourself, and then we'll kind of go from there.
Thank you. And thank you for this very hospitable welcome and for having me here today. I am LunaGoddess. So I guess the best way to describe me is a life hacker. I use the word alchemist a lot because I believe it helps you kind of transmute energy. And a lot of people say medium, card reader. I mean, labels to me are messy because the spirit doesn't really keep labels. It doesn't keep a gender. It doesn't keep a sexuality. It doesn't keep any kind of labels. So when people are like, well, what do you do? I said, I help heal people. And I help them because they can't be healed without their consent and me coming into their energy and working with them. So that's it's interesting. I went to the cards today and I said, what's an affirmation we could start with? Because I like to really affirm and bring people up, because if you've gone on a spiritual journey, I feel like it's like riding my Jeep Wrangler on rims. It's hard. It's difficult.
I'm a Jeeper also. So we're both like, we got this. Jeep Wrangler. I'm about to take off all my doors, the tops. Oh, I can't wait.
Preach. There is a freedom to it. I think those of us that have been kind of birthed by the fire, as I like to say, I think there's something about the Jeep that just is so intoxicating.
It's like I have heard that it's been like Legos. Like you could take everything off, the windshield, like everything. I'm like, I can never go back to a regular vehicle ever. Once you're a Jeeper, it's like you don't want to go back. Like you just can't.
You like the bumpy road.
You're like, wait, you can't even take off your windshield or your doors? Like, what is this kind of a vehicle?
Boring. I can't do boring. And I thought about that. It's a perfect analogy for what we're talking about with spiritual awakening. Is some people are, no offense to Toyota Corolla, they're Corollas. They go through their life. It's so pleasant. It's a nice ride. It's reliable. It's durable. Mm-hmm. But you can't take it off road. And God knows the bumps and the bruises. It's just a steady path. Where I think us that are spiritually awakened, you just roll it, like I said, labels, starseeds, indigo, chosen ones. This is not the path for the Toyota Corolla. This is a Jeep Wrangler path, Yep.
Oh, I love that.
I grabbed this affirmation, and it basically says, all obstacles in my path are being cleared. I'm stronger than yesterday. I'm brave. I am courageous. I learn from my mistakes. Failure is a farce. All effort is testing. I rise above all the strands in my way. Improvement is my only concern. That's the random one that came out today.
That is beautiful. I love that.
So,
Okay. Yeah, I feel all of that for sure. That's definitely something I feel like I needed to hear today.
Well, I think we all need to hear that, because especially if we've had a rougher childhood or our journey on this path, like we're in this, let's get in the Wrangler. It's bumpy. And it's not for the faint of heart.
No, but it's also like you don't really have a choice because they're going to drag you. So it's like you have to listen.
I'd rather be in the seat than on the hitch. That's
yes. Yep. Okay. All right. So let's spin off of that part. Now, when did you feel like your journey started, where you were like, what is happening to me?
I talk about this with a lot of my clients at LunaGoddess.org, and it seems like that awakening age is right around the sweet spot's 10. And that's when it hit it for me. I just felt, I guess my whole life I felt different. I didn't feel like I was a true member of my family of origin. And I know that's a commonality with all of us. It felt disingenuous. I felt disingenuous. I felt like somebody had plucked me up, like I was part of an 80s sitcom. I'm a child of the 70s, raised in the 80s. Raised hell in the 90s, and they plucked me up and they put me somewhere and they're like, ha, trying to figure this out. And it created friction. Anytime I come and say, this is happening to me, that was the gaslighting. Oh, that can't be. This is delusional. This is, So, and not to speak ill of my family of origin. It's just, I didn't belong there. And I don't belong there. And I don't go there anymore. But it does cause you to feel, I guess, like a snake. And it's funny because it's the snake here in Chinese numerology, or in Chinese astrology. And the 9 of the year in numerology, you're constantly shedding and changing and evolving. And unfortunately, I betrayed myself so many times to try to fit into situations where those weren't my people.
Yeah. It is a hard journey. A lot of us, actually, it's very common. And the more stories I hear, the more beautiful souls that I talk to that are on the same kind of a journey, a lot of them have lost so many people because it's just like, we're not on the same level anymore. We're not on, it's a different, like, I've heard it been like called lenses. Like, we see life through a different lens. We're leveled up, and it's like, it's nothing, of course, negative or anything, but it's like the connection with the people that are not up on that level that understand it's hard for them to understand us and us to understand them.
And
so
speaking different languages. I speak different languages. So when I've been in places where I speak the language or don't speak the language, I can communicate effectively. Yeah. To me, spiritual awakening is like you're talking to somebody and all they hear is Charlie Brown's teacher. It's like, wah, wah, wah. And you look at them and like, do you get it? And they look at you and they're like, it's nice outside. The weather's going to be beautiful today. I'm like,
you're like, I just gave you some of the wisest information that you will ever receive.
I felt pain to get this. Like I literally went on this quest, right? This heroine's journey. And now you're going to tell me it's going to be 90 and sunny? Like, pound sand. You're like, I'm sorry, are you not? Like, so those people, what I've come to realize, and it's my word, and I use it with all of my clients, and all the people I support and social media, alignment. When you're truly aligned with people and situations and places and the energy, you get into kind of this flow state. Yeah. And it's peaceful and it's blissful, and people like to, when you're not in their alignment, they want to tell you you're the problem, you're trying to break the peace, you're the
we're the problem.
You're the label, and that's not it. We find our alignment, and all of a sudden now we're like, you almost don't trust it. Like when the good starts to come in, you're like, okay, what am I being set up to learn now, Spirit? So,
yes. Give me the lessons because I'm here for it. And they'll come in. The lessons just keep pounding.
I'll tell you, it's interesting because being a medium, I'll get a lot of communication. And for a long time, it was turned off just because the people I was with, I was a people pleaser. I think just by being an empath, that's the first road you have to clear is people pleasing and betraying yourself and trying to fit in. And I remember it would just come in and it was almost like a nagging toddler. I always tell people, it's like, it pulls on me until I tell it, okay, fine, I'll tell this person. And it's interesting because then they'll look at me and they're like, oh, you couldn't know that. There's no way you know that. I'm like, I don't know how I was born. I was just born this way, like.
That's what I say. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just kind of like at the point where this is who I am and I'm learning. I'm like all into learning who I am now. Like I'm done like pretending that this isn't me. Like threw in the towel after everything was called for me, and I was like, all right, here we go. Let's go.
It's in the surrender. It's in that surrender.
Mm-hmm. It really is. And once you kind of surrender, it becomes so much more beautiful. So much more beautiful.
Still sometimes you get that like, and nostalgia is a real bastard. Sorry for the language, but
don't worry, we are all free here to say how we want to talk.
Yeah, sometimes spirit gets a hold of me and naughty words come out. But honestly, you think back and you're like, well, and you start really unpacking and you do the healing and you're a healer, but you're still being healed, which is hilarious to me because people look at me like I'm some kind of guru. I'm not a guru. I'm just a guide, and you're doing the healing, you're doing the work. And then you think, haha, I'm here. That's like a video game and you have to level up again.
Like, when did you start seeing or like hearing, being like, what is it?
Very young, but I didn't start talking about it until I was about 10, honestly, my parents said they discovered me in my crib, hand to God, and I was 6 months old, standing up, saying the word moon. Now, I studied linguistics. Moon is not a word you say. Like, it's not,
Okay.
it's easier things to sound out. The O sounds hard. It comes later as a vowel. And I think to myself, that's a little creepy. Could you imagine like walking around the corner and there's your baby like pointing at the moon? I could find it any time of day. Like people laugh at me and they're like, "Where is it?" I'm like, "It's there." And they're like, "How do you know?" And I go, "Watch the sky." It's kind of a strange thing. It kind of became my, clearly LunaGoddess, like became the thing.
Were your parents kind of like, okay, supportive of you?
Well,
Or
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
okay.
No, I did not have an idyllic childhood,
Okay.
and I know everybody's always, comparison's the thief of joy, and everybody wants to be like, no, my child was more traumatic. I mean, it was my childhood, and I was the oldest of 3, and actually at that time, at 10, it was, we're going to therapy. We're going to try to pray this out of you, drug this out of you. I never took anything, but that was the response. That was the response.
And that must have been very hard because you're like, I don't know how to get rid of this, but it's also who I am. And you're so young.
I'm left-handed. I couldn't control that. I can't control them. I was born left-handed or born with, hazel eyes that change when I get really intuitive, or these are just things that are integrated into me. And it didn't make me less kind or loving, or it didn't make me evil. It just made me me. And that was trying to be almost dissected out of me. And I understand, like I said, parents, the only difference between us and them is they came here first. So I don't hold a grudge. It's just, here we are going, this is me. If you're going to love and accept me, it has to be in complete entirety and understand this is who I am.
Yeah, you're just trying to be the beautiful person that you are. You're like, I don't know how to just stop it. It doesn't work that way. So I'm proud of you. I'm proud of where you are. I know it sounds probably like you had multiple other things throughout your journey.
Oh, yeah.
So let's whatever you would like to share with us along your journey.
A lot of the same commonalities. You feel misplaced. To me, injustice has always been something that has just irritated the hell out of me. It's so funny. When I was even younger, I wouldn't necessarily stand up for myself. I was learning that voice. But if I saw something else, an animal, a child, a person, an elderly person, it didn't even matter. But if I saw injustice against somebody else, I was ready to hands up, words out, let's go. I didn't understand that call. Like, I'm a little kid. Like, you're just literally put your hand on top of my head and be like, keep swinging, kid. But that really became that first call. And of course, like a lot of us, there was the quest to be loved. There was people tapping into your energy and draining you. There was assault. There was being with the wrong person for too long and just trying to make it work. And you follow that commonality. Like, it's so funny, I start talking to people and, oh, check. It's not an easy journey. It's, moving multiple times, being misplaced, having people love you for no reason, hate you for no reason. You irritate them, and everybody sounds like the light, it irritates them. To me, I never understood that, because I'm like, let's just be friends. I'm here to support you. I'm here to love you. I'm here to cheer for you. And when it wasn't reciprocated, I was like, this is
ain't right.
Not even mutualistic or symbiotic. It's definitely like you're coming in and you're sucking into me. I say, don't let people plug into like a Tesla charger and take the energy out of you. The energy vampires are for real.
Yes, I've heard. That's the second time I've heard energy vampires. It is like the only way you could kind of like feel, especially being an empath, when you're with the wrong energies, the wrong people. Oh man, it's like
it's a drain.
It's almost like you can become like actually sick. Like you
can
be, like literally sick, and just like you don't understand fully why, and it's like you're trying so hard and you're like, why do I just feel sick all the time?
And I had cancer, autoimmune, like you have stomach issues, and the stomach and the head, there's a concordance there, right? There's that gut feeling, is truly your intuition. I think that's where your intuition's house is, in your stomach, not your head. So to me, having all of that happen, and I actually went from going energy vampire because they just drain your energy, but they also drain your spark, right? Like your JDB, like their spark vampires, they get off on just you not glowing the way you should.
That's where it's very hard. It's like they are dimming your light. They are trying
100%.
it's almost like they see your light, and I don't want to say that they're jealous, but they try to dim it because
That's like a moth. It's like moths kind
Yeah.
of going around the light. It's intoxicating to them, but
Yeah.
the real power for them is controlling it, right?
Yes.
It's controlling you, it's controlling it. And I can honestly say I've been in those situations, and every day you just feel like, am I really living? I'm not
Yeah.
living in my joy. I'm not living in my alignment. But I'm just trying to be a good person. And I'm just trying to show it. And I'm just trying to continuously do things. And people be like, why are you picking up that trash? Well, I saw it there. I'm going to pick it up, throw it out. Or put the carts back away in the parking lot at the supermarket or grocery store. And you're like, I don't know. I feel called to do these. And they seem so random, but these minor acts of random, and bigger things too, of course, but you just feel compelled.
Yes. I am all about that. There's like a couple of stories that are just like, anytime I go to the grocery store, anytime I go out, anytime I'm out in the world, let's just put it like that. Somebody is always, someone's always talking to me. Someone's always coming up or like venting, like pouring out their soul, or, and with those times and those things, I am always doing acts of like kindness, or like, because I feel like I'm called to. The other day, this really amazing gentleman saved a spot for me so I could park, and I live the RV life, so I get to enjoy the beautiful, oh man, it's like a dream, but I am blessed enough to be able to do this. And so I had my RV, my Jeep in tow, and I park at this gas station. He lets me park there. He's just such a kind soul. And I bring him back a milkshake, and it was like as if it was Christmas and he never received a gift in his entire life. And little things like that, if it's bringing a flower to somebody, one lady in the airport, I could feel her energy, and her energy was very sad, and I can't do sad. If I see somebody sad, my heart is instantly, you're a healer. Your heart is here for this reason, to go and make them feel better. You need to help their energy. They need you. You're in this airport because of this spot right now. So typically it always ends up where I'm crying, they're crying, lots of hugs, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna miss my flight, but like, I totally love you and your soul, like, and they're always like so thankful.
Right.
And so, like, I don't know how you ended up here today, but I couldn't have done this without you. Or
you're their blessing.
And it's hard to know that is kind of what we do have. And it's not because of doing it. It's because I feel like I don't want to miss anybody that needs it. If that
100%.
makes sense.
I get it. I get that. Like, your antennas are up more than anybody else's. I think the part too is, and that is such the path's journey, and the chosen one's journey, is everybody feels, I've had people come up to me and they just will tell me their whole life story, and they'll look at me and like, I'm never telling anybody that. Or I don't know why I told you that. Or I'm not sure why this is, or they'll start crying, or I'll start crying, or they've had trauma, and now together we're releasing it and talking about things. And I will say it's a curse and a blessing, and a blessing and a curse, because, like you said, now it becomes sticky. Yes. And emotion is supposed to be energy and motion. So you have to help process it. They have to help process it. And I think early on when that was happening to me, I didn't have the tools because I didn't have the mentor. A lot of my training came from living, and it came from maybe books, but never did I have, like, going to Hogwarts or something, you know?
Yes.
I wish I did. I think I should open a school for the chosen. Yeah, I was a teacher too. So that
It's beautiful.
to me was how I served for so many years, was seeing kids in those states, you know. I had a filing cabinet full of food, and I said to the kids, you can come in my room anytime, it won't be locked. Take what you need. Take what you need. Take what you need for your siblings. Take what you need for your family. And they were so gracious about it. And they were like, well, I'm hungry. I said, it's right there. Can I go? I've said you could. Just, you know, take what you need.
It's so hard because the stories that we hear, they never leave you. I know every detail about who's in jail, like things that should not be said to people, and it's always like, I never tell anybody. I don't know why I told you. I was like,
Exactly.
It's just me. Like, I've heard this every single time. I am here for you. I am a safe spot for you. Don't worry, I'm not going to tell the cops what you just told me that you probably shouldn't have told a stranger.
I have amnesia. I totally forgot.
It is sometimes where we need to clear our energy, and it's like, oof, that was really heavy. I'm going to need some space, like, because some of these people, the beautiful things that they are like releasing to us is beautiful, but it's also so hard to hear. And we end up, because of who we are, we're crying with them. I can't believe you and your beautiful soul has been through this. And it's just, they don't walk away the same. They walk away feeling so much better and so much lighter. And that's how I know my heart is doing what it's meant to be doing. And it is hard. It is sticky, but it is so beautiful. So beautiful.
It truly is. I think the hardest part then is, to me, it was reckoning the fact that here you're doing all this work, and for years and years and decades and decades and decades, and you sit there and you're like, okay, I'm watching these people I know that, and again, comparison's the thief of joy, not from a comparison standpoint, but from an analytical one, going, they're total assholes, and they're just succeeding and going in this direction, and they've got the millions, and they've got the and I thought, but how empty? Like, how empty? I know, you know, I can see the background of what's going on. So there is so much joy in having this life, because everything I need is provided for me. And from a standpoint of, I'm not saying, you know, I'm a thousandaire, by the way, you know, in case you didn't know.
I love that. I'm with you, girl. I'm with you on that one.
You know, but it somehow it all works out. I feel like early on, because I turned 50 this year, I feel like the earliest of things was really hard and chaotic. Yeah. And it wasn't until I started putting up energy boundaries to a point, right? Like, still having this beautiful open heart, watching my energy and using discernment, that became a really fabulous word for me. That then I felt like my blessings could come in, because there is something about energetic swap, right? People, I think for a long time, people that I were connected to that weren't my people were tapping into my energy and taking my blessings. And that's a terrible thing to say, but I think it's very accurate.
Yeah, it is. It is very accurate. It is, there's a lot of people that are just not in the same heart set or mindset.
Didn't that take you a long time to be like, what the hell? Like, it bothers me.
I'm still like, what the hell? I am still like, how could you be like this? Like, let's just think about being a human in society. Like, let's think about other people.
It blows my mind. I just sit there, and I'm still, like I said, I've been here, you know, I'm mid-century almost, and it's like, what? How? And then I almost get like enraged in a way. Because it is equally, and this is something I've had to learn in my shadow work, is I love the light, I'm for the light, I'm towards the light, but damn, can I be mean sometimes? Like, really?
And
like,
that's okay.
I don't want everybody to always be like, oh, this girl, LunaGoddess, she's love and light. No, I will literally jack you in the face. Like, I'm like love and light with a terrible right. You know, I don't know how else really to, I don't know if you feel the same way. Maybe it's just my crazy, but.
No, I love that. I love that you're just like, okay, hold up. Like, nope. That is something that you have built that's for you. And I love all of that. You are just who you are.
It's
all in
aligned.
love and light as well. So it's a mix. It's a mix of who you are, and that's beautiful. And all of your knowledge and your experience and your lessons and everything has brought you to the point where you're at. And I'm proud of you.
Oh, thank
We
you.
each have our own journeys and our own mindsets, our own like things that we've had to go through. So we have created this person of us, of who we are. And it's beautiful.
It is. I never want anyone to be like,
all.
she's an angel. Have I done angelic like things? Yes. Have I also wanted to literally like take someone out to Jesus? Yeah, I have. So, you know, it's this
I love
balance
that.
of living.
Someone
like-
deserved Jesus.
It depends on them, right? So in some people's books, in their diaries, it's like, she's an angel. In other people's diaries, like, she's the devil.
Yeah.
Talk about perspective. Talk about that focus. I always tell people, your focus can be very scattered, almost like a prism. But when you get that laser focus and your alignment, that's golden. It's just golden.
I decided recently actually to just choose me. And it has changed my life. It has changed my life.
It's
so
not
many ways.
selfish. Like in my original brain, in my younger brain, I thought, oh, I was so mad when they did that announcement, like put your mask on first when flying and then help somebody else. I'm like, but I want to help everybody first.
Yes.
And it's so dumb, this concept of you can't pour from an empty cup.
Yeah.
So there's something I learned in practice that resonates with what you're saying. It's that, and this was something I learned, where if you are pouring from an empty cup, you are now cursing the blessing. You are cursed and the recipient's cursed. Because now you're curmudgeoned and you're complaining and your words are so powerful. You're like, damn it, I really don't want to go there. I don't want to do that. And it's negative, 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 negative. And that blessing that you thought you're doing because you're sacrificing your time, yourself, your energy, it's not a blessing, it's a curse to that person. So if you're pouring from this empty cup of, I have to, instead of, I have this opportunity, or how wonderful. The word no has become one of my favorite words. Can you? No.
Not today.
It's not in my alignment. No is not even, I'm sorry, that's not in my alignment. I'm going to serve myself first and then make sure that I'm completely nourished to the gifts that I give and the blessings that I give, nourish those that I give it to. So.
And I'm proud of you for that. It takes a lot to do that, especially with the soul that you have, the heart that you have. It is hard to say no. It is
100%.
very hard. But once you kind of learn that, it is a very healing thing. And like you said, you cannot pour from an empty cup.
It's liberating. It's liberating because the things you say yes to, you say yes to it with a full commitment, with your full soul, with your full self, as to half-ass yeses and half-ass living. And I won't go back to the person I was that was doing things from a standpoint of overgiving because it was underserving.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't serve properly and the people properly that deserved the service. And I say deserved, and that's really not the word I mean. I mean aligned with what I needed to give.
Okay.
Because I think everybody's worthy of love. Everybody's worthy of kindness. Everybody's worthy of the empathy. If everybody just practiced a little bit, like a daily 365 on gratitude, or one smallest act of kindness, this world would look different immediately. Like we jump into a different alignment quickly.
You never know what a milkshake will do for somebody, or even just a hug that maybe that they needed in an airport or wherever. Don't just go hugging around people, but you know what I'm saying?
Excuse me, would you like some love?
These days, no. You need to be very cautious on who you hug, but it's almost like you just know who needs you.
Right.
And being able to help those people and shine for those people, they may not have seen a shine in a long time. No. And just a small act of kindness can change their entire week, their entire mindset.
The butterfly effect, right? It's just the little. So it's interesting because I'll say that to people and they'll start to just do a couple things. So I really want what I'm doing here and what I believe in to kind of ripple out. And I don't need to be the source or the the citation for the kindness and the love, just go with it. Don't be like, you know, I remember there was a book a long time ago that talked about doing just 3 random acts of kindness, and you pay it forward. That's what it's called, pay it forward. And the book was beautiful. The movie was a pretty decent adaptation, but just that concept of somebody does something nice for you, pay it forward. You know, just keep it moving forward.
Yes, and that is exactly what I feel fully. And I love that movie. It did make me cry so much, though.
Oh, I lost myself tremendously. I remember reading the book, and I was with a group of students in Europe, and we were on a bus, and I was reading the book, and here's me, I'm a crier. I'm crying hysterically. They think I'm like injured or something's wrong, or we need to go to a hospital and detour from this trip. And I'm like, no, it's just and they're like, what? It's a book. But you don't get it.
Right? It's the emotions that we feel from the writer. Yeah, movies get me. Lion King every time. I just can't. I am, but it's kind of weird. Maybe you're the same. Like I'm still learning, but I've always been very sensitive to movies and books and things like that, because I can feel the writer. I can feel the pain from like this stuff. But then when it comes to like my real life, I'm not as emotional. I'm pretty like, it takes a lot for me to kind of become emotional. I feel like I'm becoming more emotional as I get like more into my peaceful kind of, I guess the more awakened I become, I'm a little bit more emotional when it comes to myself, but typically I'm more emotional for other people. Like,
yeah.
Fully.
So I wonder if somewhere, as you're doing your kind of journey and looking and kind of reviewing, and if there's a place where you weren't given that permission to feel your feels, to express your emotion, your true voice. That's why I say so many women have thyroid conditions, is because when we think about the throat chakra, we've been silenced to our truth and our reality and our stories for fear of criticism or judgment, or being kind of put aside.
This is very true. I did not discover who I truly was until recently. I was always raised that this was very bad, like this was witchy, and I never, from like a younger kid, never did any research or anything until I had an event and told one of my friends told me I was an empath, and that's how I learned. And I was in my 30s. I'm still in my 30s. So it was recent. It was not that long ago. So, but my journey has hit and fully come in, like, just taken me. So I'm like, here I am, let's go. I didn't have a choice, actually. But
you get swept. It's literally like, I'm just going to put my toes in the ocean, and the ocean's so beautiful. And then the tsunami of spirit comes and it goes, oh no, bam. And you're swept away, and you're going, well, I can let this take me, or I can struggle. If I struggle, you try to struggle, you're like, oh, I'm going to get this. Nope. Yep. You have to surrender, and you have to align. And everybody's age is different. So, but the people, like I said, they kind of had an awareness of it. Yeah. I think it kind of pairs up like when hormones are starting to come in, and at least that's what I see in my research. As I find myself wondering, hey, where are the common threads? And there were so many common threads, you can just start pulling at them. I'm like, oh, you too? Oh, yeah, me too. Oh, yeah, you too? Oh, yeah, me too. Different stories, but different faces, but same spaces, same stories, same, end result of here we are going, okay, how do I lean into this? How do I authentically present myself in a world that lives in being a dupe or inauthenticity, or wants to mask who they authentically am? And I'm like, hey.
So what is something that impacted you along your journeys?
I think it was shame. And I'll say it's comprehensive. So I say now, you know, three is for me, like, you know, third time's a charm. I'm married for the third time, which floors me because I'm such a loyal, honest person that just connects to people. So to have kind of two failed marriages behind my back, people are like, oh, you're real intuitive. Look how you screwed those two up. And I've had people say that to me. I'm like, well, I had to learn. And, you know, the first marriage, beautiful children that came out of it. But again, they're only 50% me, or maybe sometimes less or more. I mean, it's a weird thing. So I expect them to have my heart. They've got beautiful hearts, but it's not my heart. And I expect these relationships to always be fluid because I'm really clear in intentions and they're not always easy. So, you know, you look at your family of origin, you're like, okay, I'm disconnected from them. And then you find sometimes the family you're building, you're disconnected from them. So you're kind of this island and it's lonely. And you think, you know, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Or I was assaulted a couple of times. What did I do to deserve that? Absolutely nothing. Everybody deserves to live in peace and without having to feel like they have to look over their shoulder, especially women. That's common thread of people just taking more than what they should ever do. And that you sit with going, why would somebody want to hurt somebody? Why would they want to harm somebody? Why would they want to, again, diminish their light? So I think the hardest part for me was when you got to your alignment is feeling shame for everything that happened before, that you just weren't strong enough. And it wasn't even that you're strong, you're little and you were victimized or whatever the case was. You lived with that shame of going, well, if I did something differently, would it have turned out differently? And letting that go and making peace and love for yourself the way you do for others. Like you said, I'm not that emotional, but I'm more emotional with other people. I would be more graceful with other people than myself. Like, oh, I can understand your story. I can understand what's happened. And then I look at my story and I'd be like, oh, you know, you're dumb, this. And the words would come out that were very negative and harmful to me. So I'd say it's shame. It's working through shame and realizing, look, everything is a lesson, even when it's painful, even when it's part of your past. How can you integrate that into your authenticity? How can you integrate that into yourself? How can you use your journey to help inspire and heal?
Yep. So it's almost like we're forever like evolving into becoming more and more of the people and healers and just who we are to help others. 100%. And the more we kind of are learning and bringing this into the world, and it's almost like we have to let go of feeling shamed in a way and feeling like we are rising above who we are. And right. we have to again, like, learn to love us for who we are so we can help others and love them and learn how to love ourselves and like treat ourselves beautifully because we deserve it. We can't have anyone else love us the way that we love us.
We set the standard.
Yes.
We set the standard. And I wish somebody had taught me that quest for trying to find love, because I didn't have the kind of love I needed, or even the love that I needed in family of origin or friendships or growing up, right? The time when you're supposed to be a kid. I grew up way too fast. And I think that quest of just, I love me. This is the standard of how, if I can love myself at this level, if you want to occupy, and these are like the closest people to you, if you want to occupy time with me, this is my standard of love. Yep. It's what I'm willing to give and what I need to receive. Or otherwise, I've become very content being alone. And that's my recent time.
I'm a very honest person. I don't do lies. Like
lies.
Oh, lies are the worst for me, because I feel like no matter what it is, we have to work together. I may not want to hear something. I may not understand you for something, but I want to understand you. And if we're meant to work together in this, honesty is the biggest thing.
100%.
You have to go through honesty. If you're like, hey, I'm doing XYZ, even though, like, you know, okay, let's try and work through this. Like, let's try and see where we can meet in the middle and see if this is something where we can grow from. I respect myself enough. Like, I don't do lies. I don't play games. I feel like I deserve I deserve what I give. Like, if I'm not gonna lie to you, I love myself enough not to be lied to.
Well, you love yourself enough not to lie to yourself anymore about staying in places and spaces around faces that aren't yours. 100%.
And so
it's such a betrayal. It's such a lies are such a betrayal. They're just I'd rather, I said someday, if you're gonna do something, I'd rather you almost punch me in the face than lie to me or be mean or say something really mean. And you know that sounds harsh, but I think that that concept of you're in your soul, you know who you are, you have your alignment. And I give you such kudos because it took almost till I was, you know, I'm going to turn 50. It took a while. And the partner I'm with now, when we've done past life regressions, has been my partner for centuries. I just didn't wait. And no disrespect to the other people in my life, they were lessons.
Yep.
But to find somebody that understands, you know, this is me, this is how I am, I don't need you, I'm welcoming your love and your light and your energy into my life. But if at some point this falls out of my alignment, bless you, see you. You know, I mean, it sounds harsh to people that haven't had the path that we've had, and it sounds like people are disposable. They are not. People are beautiful, precious souls, but sometimes they're just not meant for you, and you hold on to things you shouldn't hold on to, and you just end up cutting yourself in the process.
It's just like, you know, you're not meant for my continuous journey. You are a soul that, you know, it's just we are on different paths, and
Right.
I'm choosing me.
Right.
And I'm choosing to love me and know what I deserve. And I love that. Like, to get to that point as a human is huge, because it's so much easier to stay and be lied to and be like, have hope. Like, you're going to love me the same way that I love you. You're going to be honest with me, and you're going to be in the same understanding of we're on the same team.
I say that to my husband every day. Like, he and I both know. We all laugh. We're like, same uniform, same team, same numbers, same. Now, that doesn't mean that we have the same personalities. No. I mean, I think it's that diversity in that makes it funny. It makes it interesting. So when you've got that partner that brings out and helps illuminate with you, not diminish your shine. Remember, we were talking about that spark energy vampire. This person is more of like the lighthouse right next to you, just amplifying your light. It's the most beautiful thing. And it's living in that alignment. It's living in your joy. It's, what do I want to do today? Like, waking up and going, what sounds like fun? You know, like, let's being sparked up. Okay, do you know, not avoiding your life, but embracing it and leaning into that.
Yes.
The chaos.
You need somebody strong. You need somebody that's going to support you and love you and bring you up. And if not, do it alone, and it's even easier.
We're different. We're different to love. And I know that sounds weird because, again, everybody is worthy and they're made to be loved and to love.
Yes.
But when you pick, like I said, the labels, the chosen ones, the indigos, the star seeds, the angelic forces that come here, because we've got missions and goals, and we've got the checklist, and then that goes out the window, and then you're like, okay, now I'm, what am I supposed to be doing? Okay, what am I supposed to be doing? But it doesn't make sense. All right, lean into it.
Yep.
Someone that stands by your side, and a partner like that, a true partner, will kind of help you navigate that tidal wave that comes through.
I need somebody on my side that I can go to, and when I have hard energy, and when my energy is drained because somebody at the airport I just gave all of my energy to, my soul, my life, I need to be able to have a partner that I can go to, that I know that my feelings are going to be valid and safe, because either a safe spot, a safe place to know that I can go to and not be judged or not be dimmed or not be, changes who you are.
I think back to people historically, and I'm not going to name anybody just because it's just polite not to, but that really wanted to shake this out of me, like as if it was some kind of curse or some kind of demon, like, oh, let's shake this out of her. Like, we're going to have the parts that we like they were going shopping in me. Like, we're going to keep this. We're going to keep this. Like they're building a Tesla robot or something. I'm like, I'm a human. This is me. It's in its entirety. Everything. Now, that doesn't mean we're not competent and confident and capable of adapting and changing. But that has to be an internal project. It can't be forced upon us. It can't be demanded of us. It has to be something we have accepted and said, okay, I want to watch how I use my language. I want to watch however, whatever it is you're looking for. I want to lose those 50 pounds or whatever the case is. That has to be internal. It can't be just shamed onto you or yelled at you or whatever the case is.
Yes. And yes, that is very true. And it is powerful too. Very powerful once you get to that point of, I guess, choosing who you are and not choosing who you are, but more so like choosing you and what you want. It changes everything.
And I will say it's very fortunate time, because I feel like that's the way things are going, where for the last 20 years, it seems like it was a slower rise up. Like in my 30s, I didn't think the world was ready for people to wake up. It kind of was like everybody else around me is going. I'm looking around, going, where are my people? I'm in these friendships or relationships. I'm going, where are my people? Yeah. It was hard. But I think in the advent of social media, in some ways, right? Again, curse and blessing, you're now able to find your people, and you're saying, oh my gosh, I'm not this freak I originally probably thought myself to be, or this, insert again, label, words, things. We are the worst speakers to ourselves than anyone will ever. Like, people are like, oh, you're this is up. Like, oh, you can't hurt me more than I have. So, I think that awakening, the great awakening we're in right now, astrologically, energetically, looking at the way Mother Earth is reacting, is a beautiful time to be alive here. But gosh, did it take a while? It took a while.
Yes. It does. And it is continuing. Like, it is a continuous lesson, a continuous growth, a continuous, like, finding yourself even more and learning who you are even more as you go.
Yeah, you've got to be a river. Be a river. Be a river. Be a river.
Yes. Okay, so is there any advice that you could give to anybody going through this awakening that's kind of like, I feel like it's become definitely more known, but is there any advice you would like to give to somebody going through the spiritual awakening?
Absolutely. I would say, and it's funny you said that, because I was thinking, what would that be? I think first and foremost, screw shame. Shame is something that's inflicted on you, and it actually is in the house of anger. Like, if you look at energy, it's in emotions in the house of anger. People are going to judge you. People judged, some of the most beautiful, energetic healers of our planet, historic people that did really great things. Their opinion of you is not your business. When you're living in your joy and your alignment, the only thing you need to do is wake up and say, okay, in a way that's not polluting, but helping people, how do I want to live in my joy today? Not have it inflicted from other people, but really finding your center, find your core, find groups, find people, turn towards voices that align with yours. Because the people around you that are probably with you now, unless you're very fortunate, you're in this kind of pathway, you're going to lose them, and they're going to fall off. And it could be a parent, it could be a child, it could be a spouse, it could be your best friend. It could be a group of friends you've been friends with for 30 plus years. I just went through that, and I never thought that would happen. So just understanding that when you live in your alignment, things you perceive to be your life, that you thought, I want to try to be normal, you're not normal. You're designed to stand out and embrace your particular gifts, sets, and abilities.
Yes, this is very, very true. And that's why a lot of us kind of feel very alone in this.
Yeah.
And so when I started this, that was my intention, was because so many people don't have a lot of people to go to. And it's hard for answers kind of in a way, because we have no idea what is happening. We have zero idea. We just feel it and we know it. And being able to feel it and know it with other people is a little bit easier. Like being able to feel like I have found my people when you are losing the only people you know.
Well, the people that were assigned to you, the people that were kind of there to force and to crack you open. And pain does that. Pain cracks you open. And then you look around and you go, well, where do I fit? Like, it's kind of like that book, Are You My Mother? Where the little shit keeps going around looking. And,
Yep.
oh my God, where are my people? Where are these people that have beautiful hearts and minds and are open-minded and kind? And you could find the whole opposite very easily.
Yes. There's a lot of those. There's a lot of those
Oh.
ones out there. The other ones are a little bit rarer. I think
just
they're
want-
coming out. I think there's definitely a lot more headed out. So that's where I'm like, okay, I'm not
Hopeful.
alone in this. There's a lot of people going through awakenings right now. So many people. And to be able to create a safe space for them to come to and feel like they can be them is why I've started the Cozy Awakening.
It's a
hard.
beautiful resource. And I'm so grateful to be a part of it, because not so much just my story, but if my story resonates and helps and supports and is like a verbal hug to somebody that says it's okay, keep going. Because I think for a lot of us chosen and awakened, there's times where we're like, I can't take another day. I can't do this for another day. I don't think I have it in me. And something inside of you said, you will not quit. You will not quit.
Yes.
You'll keep going. It's the kind of the semicolon life.
Or a sign will just pop in, a message. You'll get a message that says, you saved my life. I've had those messages, and they hit you to the core. They hit you to the core, because it's like you're doing, and it's like when you receive those messages where it's like, you were where you were meant to be, or you said what that person needed to hear to continue by just being who you are. It hits your soul. Like if you weren't there and weren't going with your steps and going with your alignment and going with how you felt, that person may not be here today. And
100%.
that to me, like, that hits, because that's what keeps me going and keeps me and my heart, like, even on the days where I'm like, I just some days want to go to the store and pick out avocados and not cry with somebody in the avocado aisle. Like,
how can I get out without having a me moment?
Yes, I and so those moments definitely help me feel like I'm thankful that I am who I am. And they always hit when you feel like kind of, because it's very draining. It's very hard. And those moments of people coming and saying, you have helped me through my life, and I'm still here because of your words, your moment that you gave me. That's why they always come, especially when I have my self-doubt, when I'm like, I just need to breathe. And those moments are the ones that hit the most, because you're like, I love what I do. I love who I am. I love the impact that I'm doing, that I don't even know how I'm doing it. I'm just going with what my heart feels, and it is amazing. Amazing.
On the flip side, though, when you get like that drain, and this is something I've learned, is it's so important to recharge in nature or by yourself or with some good music or shake it off, whatever it is. Because again, going back to what we said originally, not pouring from an empty cup, understanding you are a person of service, but you have to, like you said, serve yourself first. And I guess to more advice on that is telling this generation that wants to go out and be the changers. Right now we're in Aquarius, so we're trying to be the rebel rousers and stir it up and, you know, shake up the patriarchy and all this other stuff, right? And not to be weird, but true. We're trying to change the systems so it benefits everybody in a collective way, with a collective energy. But how are you personally reset? Like, find out before you start jumping around, going out in the wild in real life, how do you re-energize yourself? Some people, it's different than others, but what is your pure joy and how do you re-plug in to energize so you can go back out there and be a part of the wild?
Yes. And it's also like choosing when. So grocery shopping for me was awful. Grocery shopping for me, every time I went grocery shopping, somebody would always need me. And that was beautiful and I loved it. I would never change it. I was meant to be in that grocery shop. But now I had to choose to have my groceries delivered because it would be very hard to go out because then my family would suffer in a way because I wouldn't be able to make dinner because I've just spent an hour and a half trying to be that person that this person needed that day. And it would take from my family. So I had to learn how to choose
the boundaries
and things like that. Yes. And that was a big one for me because I, of course, want to just help everyone in the world. Like, I am here for you. I want to do, like, if I can help you and your heart feel better for that day, that I'm doing what I love. I'm doing what my heart wants to do. I'm doing my purpose. But then I also can't let my family lose out on dinner together, like, or be late for this event that my heart's meant to be at too. So I had to learn to choose certain areas, and it is very important to be able to choose you and your energy and your family still. Like, they don't get the short end of the stick because, you know, you somehow, like, just people are magnetized towards you. I mean, we would go out to a meal and it was like, my daughter and I were just at a restaurant the other day and she's like, she's going to talk to you. And I was like, I know.
I relate 100%. I almost got into a bar fight because of it.
Oh, man.
It's a crazy story. My husband and I were out. We're sitting at a bar, having our dinner, and it was crowded. So we sat at the bar, and I knew the bartenders. You know, pleasant place we know. And all of a sudden, the spirit's like, I looked over at this woman, and it was the mother of her. And again, being a medium now, I have to try to keep in boundary the living and the deceased.
Yes.
Please ask my daughter why she doesn't put cinnamon in her coffee anymore. I'm like, not now. Please.
You're like, okay, give me a couple more shots. Okay, come on.
Can I just eat my damn sandwich?
Yes.
Like, please. And it wouldn't leave me alone. I turn, and this woman's a little bit older than I am. Maybe she's like mid-60s. Her husband is that quintessential Harley biker guy, you know. Yeah. And I turn to her and I say, hey, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Your mother wants to know why you don't put cinnamon in your coffee anymore. She's with you in the kitchen. And she starts bawling. Now, her husband doesn't know why she's crying. He jumps up and starts screaming at me. My husband jumps up and he's like, what the hell's the problem here? And this woman's like, no. And I said, here's the message. I guess it was their routine of putting cinnamon in the coffee and talking and having morning coffee together. And since she's passed, she hasn't done it. I said, she's behind you, watching you when you're making your coffee, whispering, put cinnamon in it. So now this guy's calming down. He's like, who the hell are you? And I'm like,
yeah, you're like, hold up. I'm sorry. This is just who I am.
Just a messenger. And, you know, it drives my kids crazy when we've been in public. I'm like, could you just be mom today? Like, could you just, as yours will get older, you'll realize, like, hopefully you still be more accepting. Mine are kind of like.
It's hard. It's hard because it's like, they don't understand. Like, I've got a 13-year-old and
then you know.
Yes. Yeah. She goes back and forth about it. I don't think, because I asked her actually the last time when she was like, okay, she's going to talk to you. Like, I think she has, I think she's an empath. I think she's kind of a little bit intuitive. I don't push anything, of course, on her or anything. I let her find her own journey. But she's like, she can now kind of understand the looks and before they were, my family was very annoyed by it. And so then I felt guilty, like, it was hard. I felt guilty. I was made to feel guilty when people would come up to me. And it was hard because it was like, I was in a balance of trying to be that family person and like take my attention fully to and with my family, which they fully deserved. But then also being like, they need me. Like they're placed at this restaurant with us and they need me. Like it was so hard because I would get constantly the eye rolls, oh my God, like they're gonna talk to you, like this is so annoying. And it broke me like a lot because I'm like fighting with my heart and being with my family and giving them 100%, but then also like they need me, like they need who I am for some reason today. And as much as I want to be like, hey, call, make an appointment, like that's not the case sometimes. And I would choose the negative, like, well, we have to add 30 minutes so you can do this, or like the eye roll, or I thought they were going to sit here and like tell you their whole life story, or, so it does make it hard in trying to be with your heart because your heart's in multiple directions. And you're placed in this restaurant to talk to this person. And you're also placed in this restaurant and you're trying to just be a family. And you can do both, but you also can't at the same time. So there's a point where I would sit there and I would put glasses on, and because I didn't want to hear the toxic, like eye rolls, or the like, oh, they're gonna talk to you, they're gonna like we already know what happens when you're here. And so it was like very hard to be me and be my family and not feel like embarrassed to be who I was, and know that I was trying to help somebody and they found me and they were in my place for a reason, and not feel put down for it, or like annoy them because of it.
The spirit side, the human side, the spirit side, the human side. And how do you integrate it? I'm still learning that lesson with my kids. My oldest is in her 20s. My youngers are headed to 18. And, I've got 3. Yeah. And it's, don't be cringy. Don't be whatever that I
Yes.
don't embarrass me. All my friends are embarrassed that you're this weirdo. And I'm just going, okay.
There's been a lot of times where I've just tried to not look at somebody because I can already feel it, but I can also feel the energy from my family being like, oh God, here we go again. Or, I felt like they were staring into your soul. Like I already knew they were gonna talk to you. And it's like, I'm not trying to be this and ruin our meal, our date, I'm not trying to ruin it. Like my heart's not. My heart is just trying to be me, and I can look away as much as possible and not look into their eyes. But
they still see your light. It's still
that light is still there. It's hard because you can't explain it. You can't be like, I don't know if I know them. I don't know where it's coming from, why this is the way that it is. It is not I am attracted to you, you're attracted to me, like flirty energy. It is not that energy at all. It's a
pure love light. Yeah.
Yes, it is a completely different energy, and it's very hard to explain that, and also explain that my heart doesn't want it all the time. My heart wants to fully be here with you in this beautiful date, this beautiful moment, but I don't have a choice when they walk in and they need me. The hard part of being like, do I ignore me so that I don't end up getting the eye rolled and the
That was the hardest
attitude
part.
from me. It's
But
hard.
then you betray yourself.
Yes.
And it's part of that journey is, I think, the hardest ones for me. Family of origin, okay, I dealt with that. Friends, okay, I dealt with that. I think it's my own kids, right? It is so hard to think, how can you ever perceive me and not see that this is from a place of pure love, pure help? Yeah. And whether they have parts and bits and pieces of you in them, from a energetic standpoint, DNA standpoint, a nature nurture standpoint, they don't have the full entirety of what we've been called to do. And I don't think either three of mine, and not to question their path, but just having the perception of their path, they won't have that.
Yeah.
And in a way, I'm kind of like, good.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but in another way, I'm like, that's sad, because you'll never really, I always tell people, being an empath, being a healer, whatever, again, label, an alchemist, it's probably my favorite label. You live this life of every single one of your emotions is hypersensitive. Every single one is hyper energetic. Every single one. And like I said, blessings and curses sometimes.
It definitely is. And it's hard. It is a hard journey. It's beautiful. So, okay, this is a question I ask everybody. Would you change it? Would you choose, if you had the option to choose, to not be on this spiritual journey and just be a regular, I don't want to say regular, but you know what I'm saying?
Normal.
Not be gifted. Yes, I guess normal.
Normal
Would you choose that?
Absolutely not. I think maybe 10, 15 years ago, when I was still kind of working in the shadows and hiding who I truly am, and people would recognize it, but not having, a place or, a company, and I was teaching, and I think there was a point in my life where I would have forsaken myself to belong, or to fit in, not to belong. Yeah. And now, honestly, it doesn't matter who it is. I don't care what title they have in my life. And I say this with respect, because people are like, well, you're a mom. You're supposed to show up for your kids first. And I said, look, I am showing up for me first. I think in demonstrating authenticity and love in who I am, and embracing every little quirk about myself and loving myself with kindness, I think that makes me a good mom. Now, yes, if it does create friction in my family, so be it. I can only let myself be who I am and let them express who they are. And if, I hate to say if that aligns, it aligns. But again, back to alignment. So no, I wouldn't change it. I would not change a thing. I wish my self-love and worth would have kicked in a little bit faster, because then I would have gotten a lot less used by some assholes. But
Yep.
And I say that cheeky, but I look back and I'm like, damn. Yeah. Whew. I'm glad I'm still here. I'm glad I'm still here.
Well, I'm glad you're still here too.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're here too.
I know, right? Like I love your energy. When I seen you, I was like, yes, her energy is so beautiful. I could just feel like, I love it. I love your energy. I love your, like, where you are, like, you're just, everything about you. I'm just like, okay, she could definitely have a message for some beautiful people. And I'm just so thankful that you have joined in on the Cozy Awakening today. I really appreciate you taking the time and coming on with me and sharing your journey and just words of wisdom. Like,
I hope it's wise. Somebody could be like, yes, please. It's okay.
No, but is there anything before, we kind of wind down? Is there anything that you would like to share as like a last, just to put out there for anybody else, advice, something that helped change and guide you through this that you would like to share as an ending closure? Right.
You have this one wild, precious life, and when you live in your alignment, it's almost like a fairy tale.
Yeah.
But when you live in somebody else's alignment of what they want for you, you're living in a nightmare.
Yes.
So you're in a horror story. So keep living in your joy. But living in your joy does not mean negatively impacting other people. It just means living in your alignment, living in what you want to eat and do and travel to. And, don't be afraid to be you.
We're the only ones that are going to want us to live our life to the fullest in the way that we feel we're meant to. And we want that for our kids too. And that's an ultimate kind of a love. No matter who you are, be who you are.
Exactly. And be proud of it.
Yes.
Because I remember back in the day when I was in Catholic school, I got a pin at a little fair that said, God don't make no junk. So, whatever you believe.
Yes.
I'm a spiritual person. I am connected with everything and anyone and everything. But I truly believe you were designed, similar paths, but designed to be uniquely us. And there's never going to be another one of you or me.
Nope. We were meant to be who we are, and the lessons and the feelings and the energy that we have, the light that we have, this is who we are. And nobody else is here to do it. Nobody else is here to be us. And it's beautiful. It is beautiful. And as long as we keep being us, then we're doing what we're meant to. We're not meant to be this person or that person or live. I mean, even for our kids, we're not meant to be these people that they expect us to be or they want us to be. We want to be us of who we are and who our hearts are meant to be, just like what we want them to be. We don't want, even telling them, okay, you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be this, you're going to do this. They may not want to be that. They may want to work at Barnes and Noble and live their best life happily. And that's what I want for them. That's the biggest, purest, most beautiful life. You get one life. I want you I told both my daughters, live your life being who you want. What makes you happy? If it's a manager at McDonald's, if it is a vet, do it. And I will support you and love you as long as you're happy. That's all I want for you.
Right.
Live happily. We only get one life. We never know when it's over. We never know. Why waste time at a job that you hate?
That's 100% correct. It's just get to that place. But so many people are so afraid of what's on the other side.
Yeah.
So I would just say, just kind of like the Fool's card in tarot, make the jump. Just make the jump.
Yes.
Know that you're supported by the universe. Just make that jump.
Yes. I love that. Dang, I am so glad that you came on here,
That's
LunaGoddess.
so
So gorgeous, so beautiful energy.
I
appreciate everything that you had shared with us today.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for having me, and thank you for relating to me. I feel like I found my sister.
I'm here with you. Don't worry. You are totally safe, and we are going through this journey together, and you're not alone.
Grateful for that. Grateful for you. Thank you.
Well, thank you. So we're going to do a cheers, an ending cheers to a beautiful conversation. Cheers.
Cheers,
and thank you for being here and just sharing your beautiful light with everybody here.
Well, I look forward to listening to all of the other podcasts and hearing everybody else's stories and staying connected.
They are a lot of fun. They are beautiful, and the journeys, I can't believe that I get to be the one that gets to share them.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
excited.
That in you. I am very excited.
That in you.
It's going to be very beautiful. So I'm excited to get this all kind of going and stuff. So it's been very, very beautiful, and I'm very, very thankful that this is where I am. So,
well, blessings for continued success.
I hope that's where I'm putting it out there. So manifesting that this is where my journey is, and I'm listening. So I love it. But thank you so much for being a part of it. And I appreciate you just being here.
I appreciate you. Thank you for your work that you're doing.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying. Trying to listen. It's not easy.
Oh, I knew it.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you. And until we talk again, goodbye.
Love and light. Love and light.